Tantra is mainly about sex. It's not about sex. It's really about self-mastery, self-improvement, because your diet got to be right. You got to get your energy up. You got to go ahead and get started on this. Now, this is an old video that I did where I'm going to do a reaction of it to break it current. So let's go ahead and get started on that.
Can become multi-orgasmic or full body orgasmic.
Definitely true. I'm not just saying it because of my personal experiences in Tantra, but also from seeing so many men entering the tantric environment, practicing the tantric sexuality, and having exactly those experiences. The truth is that a man learning how to practice tantric sexuality can get to the point where they are not dependent anymore on the explosive type of orgasm, the type of ejaculatory orgasm.
Okay, so what he's talking about is separating the difference between ejaculation and orgasm. A lot of people think this is one and the same. They are not one and the same. Ejaculation is the byproduct of an orgasm and can be separated. Can you ejaculate without, can you have an orgasm without ejaculating? Yes. Can this be something that is taught? Yes. Can every man do it? Yes. Do they have the capability to do it, even though they may have ailments, issues, and stuff? Yes. It just requires more flight time, but it is possible. And once it is possible, not only is it possible and probable that they'll experience full body or multi-orgasms, but that is the beginnings of when they will receive that information. So what he's saying is exactly correct, and he's a man that has experienced that. I know men who have experienced that. They're experiencing not only healing, manifestation, and bliss, but they're clearing out past traumas. They're healing their partners, clearing out their partners' past traumas. They're more focused. The masculinity comes more online to where the hunter and the warrior and the eagle or the executive comes online along with the healer. It just affects and benefits all aspects of their life. It's a 360 change. How you do one thing is how you do everything. And he is exactly correct.
That most men are so in love with. There's nothing wrong with wanting to experience this very strong pleasure. Actually, it's one of the basic tenets of that sexual tantra, that we want to use this beautiful pleasure to kind of bring us to higher levels, higher states of consciousness. The point is that you don't need to use it in a kind of, let's call it, amateurish way.
Okay, so it is true. So he's basically saying what I just said. So once you move from separating it and you get more into a prostate orgasm, then, okay, so the prostate sits here, and then this is kind of like where the tailbone is, and then your spine goes up, right? So what we want, right, once he starts talking multi-orgasmic and prostate, is that this fires, right, and it's connected to nerves. Everything is connected to nerves, brain nerves, and that's how we feel. The prostate is contracting, and it's connected to nerves, right? And all these nerves that go out and wrap around the pelvic floor and condense into the tailbone, the base of the spine, and they ride it up the spine, right? And depending on how much strength it is in the orgasm, that's why they tell you in this work, it's a 360 thing. People think Tantra is mainly about sex. It's not about sex. It's really about self-mastery, self-improvement, because your diet got to be right. You got to get your energy up. You got to clear out the mental stuff so that when this energy starts to rise up the back of the spine, it has no energy blockages. Remember the rocks and pebbles and streams that I'm always harping on and how to remove it? It makes it so it's a smooth conduit. But if you don't have enough juice, it won't go through. That's when the diet and the water come in. For the sake of simplicity, yes, you want it to hit that prostate so it can hit that ganglia. And once it hits, starts to run up, then it'll start to spread out. And once it hits the vagus nerve, then everything's a wrap, because the vagus nerve is from here down. And I don't know if you can see me. Can you see me? From here down, I say to right here. is vagus nerve control. Like, the vagus nerve controls a lot, right? So when you're hitting that full body orgasm, the thing they're always talking about is the vagus nerve. Hit the vagus nerve. But the vagus nerve doesn't go down to the lower two directly like it connects to all these orgasms right here. So the only way to get it is to have the energy come from the sacral chakra up to hit the vagus nerve.
What we want to do for men in Tantra is to teach them how to control this energy, to go into a kind of wave of pleasure. Learn how to surf the wave of pleasure and increase it more.
Okay, so the wave of pleasure he's talking about is when it's feeling good, it's feeling good. Oh my God, I'm about to climb, it's about to come, but not allowing yourself to ejaculate. So that goes into the other videos that I just said earlier, which is orgasm types. Check out this playlist over here. Am I doing it right? Oh, no, the playlist over here. It goes into more depth in the other videos about the wave that I was talking about. But he's more so saying, going up to where you're about to climax, okay? When you climax, the goal isn't to climax and then release all the energy. So you're like, oh, God, that's good for you, girl. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, okay, cut. No. The thing is to go up to right when you're about to climax, and instead of climaxing and regressing, right, i.e. ejaculating, you climb up and you take deep breaths. You circulate the energy. You're circulating the energy up the spine and down the front. Up the spine and down the front, right? So that by the time you do climax, the technique is by the time you do climax, that every cell, you would have filled that energy in every cell to where there's nowhere else to breathe. There's nowhere else for that energy to go except for climax. Does that make sense? So I guess it's edging, like edge to the edge, but don't go over. Go to the edge, don't go over. But the thing is multifold, because I don't want you to get to, oh, go to the edge. Okay, stop. Stifle, stiffen. That's not the point of it. The point is to get that orgasmic feeling in every cell of your being. And to do that, you can't control it and stifle it. You have to send the energy somewhere. The energy is neither created or destroyed. You're going to put it in somewhere. So you're going to circulate. So as you're going to the edge, you're taking a deep breath. Yes, now the energy is circulating. Now the energy is circulating up the spine even more. And just where thought goes, energy flows. Okay? So that's what he's talking about when he's saying going, and the energy will get more and more and more until every cell in your body feels the orgasmic energy. And there's no other, like, you are at capacity. And when the next time it hits that wave, my thing is too high. Next time it hits that wave, Super Bowl time. Super Bowl. And
more without creating any collapse. If a man learns how to achieve that, and there are specific techniques in Tantra, exactly teaching men how to build up this skill. It's a skill. And by learning this skill, a man can become more strong and more confident in their pleasure. The pleasure doesn't have to be a kind of, courses inflation of pleasure that has to end with a disappointing or maybe fun, but still very short explosion.
And I'll include that in the description.
It can become like an amazing ride, a surfing on a wave of pleasure that continues and continues, and that makes it multi-orgasmic, simply in the sense that the orgasm doesn't have to have a deadline. It can be an orgasm which just flows and builds up. And the amazing thing is that when a man learns how to experience that, he can share that with a woman, because women in Tantra are considered.
Okay, so yes, it builds up and it flows to where everything feels like an orgasm. Everywhere. That's that building up that we talked about, that he talked about, techniques. So I'll include, but if you want to be like, yo, I want to do it now, I can direct you to some courses that you can take right now. I'm not affiliated with it, so I will not make anything on it. But if you're ready to go right now, I also will include that, okay? Okay.
Considered natural-born tantrics in many ways. Women, their bodies can automatically tune in to that and then that leads that the couple together can become multi-orgasmic, and that, I don't have to say, is incredible.
It is incredible. There's no amount of words in the English language that can explain the closeness and the transformationalness of what he just said. You can only experience it. Yes. So when he's talking about women, okay, so, and the sound is not that bad, please excuse me, but I'm not redoing that video. I redid the video twice. I'm not doing it right now, but it is the review for orgasm number 3. I'll include that up here, where the guy was like, well, the woman can't get it unless the guy has it. No, that's not true. Okay, somebody has to have it first. True, but it can be the man or the woman. Okay, but as he said, women are more like, or built to be more likely, like, because we are the creators, and orgasm is an alignment of creative energy, and thus we are inner beings. You guys are more outer and we're inner. Like, you're yang, go forth out, go yin, still, inner reflection. So that is my review on this man. I think he is doing pretty good. I really like this man a lot. So I'm going to say that's it for this time. I hope this was helpful. Check out the other listen playlists. Do a comment, like, share, subscribe. If you wanted me to talk about other topics, please let me know. I will see you later. Bye.